Alright guys, back in the gym. Another upper body workout. Today is, again, 6 sets of 4 on bench. A little bit heavier than the last upper body session, the last bench session. Instead of 315, I'm using 320. Also have to hit a relatively heavy single first. And then some Spoto press. And then some dumbbell rows, and then band pull-aparts. So that's what we're looking at today. Should be good. Should be good. And this starts my 3 days in a row of benching. And the next 2 bench sessions are going to be considerably heavier than today. So the goal is to get through this with, as most efficient as possible. So the question comes up frequently about how I can recover with the training frequency as high as it is for me. So right now I am benching 4 days a week, squatting 3 days, and deadlifting 3 days a week, which is pretty high frequency. Not crazy high, but pretty high. And a couple reasons. One, of course, you gotta have your nutrition dialed in, your recovery, your sleep, all that stuff. But beyond that, just looking at the training itself, how I can recover is, for one, I think sometimes people see the weights I'm using, and not really understanding that, it's sub-maximal work. It's not, every set is, not that difficult. I don't want to necessarily say that, but I guess what I'm trying to say is, it's not like I'm going to failure very often or ever. So that's a big key. That's something to understand, that when you start pushing your sets to failure, doing AMRAPs and stuff like that, you're gonna have to take longer to recover. But if you're always leaving stuff in the tank, your frequency can get higher because your body's able to recover a lot easier. So just some food for thought. I'm pretty lucky. I have a great following here on YouTube. As far as hate, you guys are amazing. Like, very loyal following. You guys are very supportive, always leaving awesome comments. I read every single one, every single comment left on this channel. I read it, and I try to respond to every single question. Or every single comment. So keep leaving the comments. I love it. I love it. However, the one comment that seems to be coming up a lot, and it's not the regulars, it's not the, probably not even from subscribers, because I think most Hunt Fitness TV subscribers probably have a decent understanding of powerlifting and just proper technique in general. But people who stumble across this channel, maybe for the first time, maybe they just come across the bench video without really knowing who I am, feel the need to leave an arch comment. And it's not just on my channel, it's across the board. I feel like this is a topic that people comment on quite frequently with all powerlifters that have a decent bench press arch. And I just want to set this record straight once, and, well, not once, I've already done videos on it, so it's not like I'm setting the record straight. I might have to start mentioning this every single video. Every video I might just start having a little segment here in the middle where I talk about bench press arch. If I have to do that to weed out these people, I'll do it. Listen, there's a couple reasons why we use an arch when we bench press. One is the obvious reason of when you get a good arch, a nice, clean arch, it shortens range of motion. In powerlifting, it's all about trying to lift as much weight as possible. So if you can widen your grip a little bit, get a good arch, shortens range of motion, you can lift more weight. That's the number one reason why you do it. The number two reason is, it's actually, I know this is going to seem very counterintuitive, but it's actually safer than benching with a flat back. Benching with a flat back, just thinking about it in my head, is like my shoulders are just hurting thinking about it, because it puts yourself in a very bad position. When you arch and get a really good scapular retraction, that's the proper position to bench press in. And I know everyone will say, well, your chest is more activated during when your back is flat, and doing a big arch is more like a decline. Well, listen, that's actually not necessarily true. for a couple reasons. One, I feel like just the weight aspect alone is better for development when you use an arch, because you can use more weight. So just the weight aspect alone, using higher intensities and more volume essentially, is better for development. So the argument saying, well, if you just want chest development, use a flat back is, for one, it's dangerous, and two, I don't think that's accurate. I don't think it's better. And let's be real. Anybody who's leaving the arch comments aren't leaving it saying, oh, aren't really caring about my back health. You know, they're not leaving the comment because they're legitimately concerned that I'm going to hurt my back. That's kind of what the words they type out, but I think a lot of it is, well, let me put it this way. When I personally, and this is coming from me, you guys know me, I have a 405-pound bench press, so I feel pretty confident about my bench. And even me, when I see, like, the Russian dude who weighs, like, 145 pounds, has a huge-ass arch and super wide grip, and he benches, like, 400 too, I get jealous. I'm being serious. I get jealous. I'm like, damn, I wish I could arch like that, and I wish I could grip that wide and be strong and somehow bench like 500 that way. I wish I could. But unfortunately, my arch isn't quite there yet. So until then, I'm going to keep working on it. But so I feel what you're coming from. I feel you out there. If you see me bench pressing 405 or something with a good arch, or hitting sets with 325 or something with a good arch, and you kind of feel like, man, I wish I could arch and bench like that. Because I feel the same way. There's obviously a lot of people stronger than me and have better arches than me, and when I see them, I feel the same way as you feel. Do I leave a comment and say, hey, you should bench with a flat back and see how much you could do? No, because guess what? If someone's out-benching me with arch, they're going to out-bench me with a flat back too. And that's something that I think people need to understand.